What is going on, Rono Sports guys? Today, the Reds take a loss to the New York Mets. I'm joined by Jesse Cherone of 302 Birds. Jesse, welcome on to the Rono Sports postgame show. How you doing? I don't know if Jesse can hear me or... I think we may be getting out some kinks here, but he is on the podcast. He is on the live stream, but thank you, Jesse, for joining us here today. The Reds do lose to the New York Mets 9-1.
Incredibly glitchy on my end.
I'm incredibly glitchy on your end.
And I have no idea why. You're moving at like 2 frames a second.
2 FPS, baby. But as I said earlier, the Reds lose to the Mets 9-1. It was just a sloppy game from the Cincinnati Reds. Gino had a day on Monday, but I just want to talk about this sloppy game from the Reds. It's just, it wasn't great, first of all, but I just don't know what else to say about the Reds. It was just a sloppy, very, very sloppy day for the Reds in the infield and batting wise. It was not good at all. But Jesse, if you can hear me, I want your take on the Mets team right now and to see where your take is on this. I think he's still working out some kinks. But everyone, Jesse is from 302 Birds. Go subscribe to 302 Birds. I might put it somewhere in the video afterwards. I was on the post-game show with the Philadelphia Phillies earlier in the season when the Reds went to Philadelphia and played against the Phillies. The Reds won that series in Philadelphia, and we'll try to get Jesse back as soon as possible. Something's going on with him right now. But I just wanted to keep talking about the Cincinnati Reds as the Reds do fall to the New York Mets 9-1. It was awful today. McLean pitched seven innings, only allowing 3 hits, which wasn't great. But I just want to say that the Reds are not doing real good. It was just a very sloppy day. First off, you have Soto starting things off with a score. He singled to center. Marte just let it drop. Just let it drop. But also, to start the game, you had very sloppy hitting from the New York Mets. And then the New York Mets started sloppy hitting again. And it was just chaos. Jesse's back.
I think we're back. Are we good? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Whew. I don't know what was happening there. You were like, you were moving at like 2 frames a second. I caught every like 10th word. It was as
2 FPS, baby.
as the Reds. It was as dysfunctional as the Reds' offense today.
There you go, Jesse from 302 Birds, everybody.
How you doing, guys? Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, and you guys are going into the series with the Mets next, so I thought I would want to bring you on and get your thoughts on this. But I think the Phillies are losing right now 10-4 as I last checked.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah,
a
10-4 in the top of the
tough
8th.
post game. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the Reds do fall to the Mets. As I was watching the game today in my basement and had to get up here to set up everything, it was 9-1. I was like, you know what? I'm done. And it was just sloppy hitting from the Mets that got them the win. And horrible defense from the Reds that it's not happening enough. But here's a stat from Nolan McLean. I think that's how you say his name. 7 innings pitched, only allowed 3 hits. How do you let a guy, which the Reds have faced before, and they touched him? JJ Bleday went yard. I think Tyler Stevenson went yard as well. His stuff was untouchable today, only giving up 3 hits. But I just don't know where to go from here on that end. But the Reds just played a lot sloppier today, which kind of sucked. But Jesse, I want your take on this game overall, like from a hitting wise from the Mets or hitting wise from the Reds standpoint.
Yeah, at least on the Mets perspective, we see them a lot more as NLE's rivals, and I was really surprised at their offensive performance. You've got Juan Soto, who had the double that drove in another run in that 8th inning. 2 runs came in the 8th inning. The Mets drove in 4 in the 5th. And from the Mets perspective, they've had a lot of turmoil so far this year. They are 33-41 on the year. I really thought, I think most people thought, that the Mets were going to be in contention for first in the NL East, but it just has not meant to be. Bo Bichette has been, he's been better of late, but he has been, I think, not worth the contract. But today he was 3 for 4 with a walk and an RBI. So he had a solid day against you guys. But overall, these Mets, they've gone through a lot of turmoil. Like I said, Benj, I did not think that he was going to be their everyday right fielder, but he's been nice. He's hitting a solid 250. Their best hitter, though, by a long shot, it's kind of obvious, but it has to be Juan Soto. Juan Soto, coming into this year, had a little bit of a down year in his first, full stint with the New York Mets. He's hitting a solid 297, and he was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. He absolutely killed you guys overall. And going into just the Phillies series, I am really intrigued to see how the Phillies do. The Phillies about to drop their series to the Marlins, which I didn't see coming. I just had on the other day, his name's the Exponential. You know him very well from sports broadcasting camp. Shout out sports broadcasting camp. And we were dunking on him because we beat the crap out of the Marlins the other night. But they got revenge against us today and won the series. So I'm really excited to see how the Phillies can potentially, assuming they don't come back in the 9th inning, how they do against the Mets.
Yeah, and I want to watch that post-game show because I saw the Exponential story that he was on the 302 Birds post-game show. And I was like, sports broadcasting camp central, because Jonah joined as well, which was kind of insane. Yeah. But I just want your perspective from, a Phillies fan standpoint, and like, where do you see this rivalry going so far as you guys take on the Mets?
I think this year it was a little overhyped. Like I've said before, I really thought that the Mets were going to be better than they were this year. I thought it was going to be a three-way battle between the Mets, the Phillies, and the Braves. And so far, it just hasn't been that way. Not because of their owner, though. Steve Cohen, he spends boatloads of money. He ripped Bo Bichette away from the Phillies. He had a basically as good of a verbal agreement as you possibly can with Dave Dombrowski, owner of the Phillies. And between the two of them, and last minute, Kyle Tucker signs with the Dodgers, and Steve Cohen comes in total rage mode and pries Bo Bichette from our prying arm. So that could be a point of contention for sure. Going into this series, I cannot wait to see the reception that he gets from the Philly faithful. I definitely expect a boo or two here or there. Probably a lot more than that if we're being completely honest with ourselves. I mean, us Philly fans, unfortunately, are known for throwing snowballs at Santa Claus, even though that was 20, 30, 40 years ago. That's a whole different topic that we can discuss. Another point. But in terms of the rivalry, I really thought the heydays of it were over. I just the Mets are the Mets, man. They will always be the Mets. It has not been a rivalry for as long as I can remember. Although I will say, after 2024, the Mets played the Phillies in the playoffs, and that was bound to be one of the best postseason series I had seen in a long time. But the Mets came and stormed into the city of Philadelphia. Game one, you knew Zach Wheeler was pitching a gem, and the offense just completely died. That's been the problem with the Phillies offense for a while now. It just hasn't showed up in the playoffs. It didn't then, and to a point, it hasn't now. It's definitely been. It definitely started at lackluster. I've seen some better results as of recently, and this Mets pitching staff to me at least, isn't the most formidable thing in the entire world. So, I'm really excited to see how this series goes.
Yeah, and when you say Mets pitching, Kodai Senga pitched yesterday. The Reds touched him as winning 5-3 yesterday, and also Phillies update. You guys are now down 11-4. Bases are still loaded, top of the eighth. It just gets worse and worse, dude.
Yeah,
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. This is gonna be. Really? I'm just going in and checking who was letting up all these runs. Kerkering.
The guy in face.
That's really interesting.
Yeah,
Kerkering is a guy that really could not pitch with runners on, but he's been one of our bright spots. So it's really sucky to see that he let up the run with Kyle Stowers. Kyle Stowers, a guy that kind of kills us, to be completely honest with you. So not exactly surprising, but yeah, this is the Marlins. And I was talking to Exponential the other day, like, man, he's like, oh, the Marlins have been the best team in baseball for like a solid month, and I'm like, dude, we own you guys. We that's awesome that you the graphic ready. It hasn't we've owned these guys for the longest time, and I really thought that going into the series, I thought, I really thought that we were going to take care of business. Now, then you go into this game with Andrew Painter, and he lets up 6 runs in 7 runs, 6 in the first 2 innings, and gets pulled. He's got a 7 ERA, And I mean, I knew the Phillies were going to lose today after that performance. It just stinks. People are calling for him to be DFA'd. He was one of our most hyped prospects for the last 5 years, and I really think he needs some sort of a tune-up. But at the same time, there's weaknesses in this Phillies team for sure. There's a lineup for sure. You can talk about JT Realmuto not having a solid year. You can talk about Adolis Garcia just getting hurt. We just had to call up some kid named Gabriel Brincones who had a 230 batting average in AAA. So you can talk about that all you want, but the bottom of the Phillies rotation has always been a problem. You have Taijuan Walker, who I can't believe the Phillies signed him to begin with. I mean, wasn't Walker a Red at one point?
I'm gonna have to check on that. Walker?
Taijuan Walker. Yeah, I'm being, maybe I'm like dead off. Yeah, Taijuan Walker. I don't remember if he was. Maybe he was a Mariner, and I know he was definitely a Met.
He was a Mariner.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I don't know where that Mets pool is coming through my head, but yeah, Taijuan Walker was definitely not as advertised. So you hang on for months because the contract is huge. And then finally you've had enough. You bring in Painter, who you've been adamant on not trading for months for hitting because he's so untouchable, and now he's a 7 ERA. Now you DFA Walker, and Painter is struggling. Now what do you do for the Phillies' fifth rotation spot? I don't know, because our farm system is so top heavy. It's ridiculous. I mean, you have Gage Wood, who's a guy that I really look forward to seeing in this Phillies rotation, a kid from Arkansas who pitched a no-hitter in the College World Series. Wow. He's in our farm system now. I can't wait to see him. He's going to be awesome. But otherwise, you've got not much else in that fifth rotation spot. There's also bullpen concerns. Jose Alvarado has not been the same. I think you guys touched up Jose Alvarado when we played you guys last, when I had you on the post-game show.
I think we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
But talking about bullpen stuff for the Reds, of course. I mean, you got your guys' bullpen was almost improved, but last night Tony Santillan got the save in a win of 5-3 last night, and Tony Santillan has struck out 5, and he's had 0 scoreless innings so far in those last 6 games, and he's not allowed to walk, which is crazy. Like, even though the bullpen's kind of improving a little bit, I still need to see a little more stuff from this Reds bullpen before I'm fully convinced it's improved. But and you guys faced Brock Burke. He had Brock Burke and Sam Moll, I believe. Brock Burke is he looks very touchable.
Yeah.
But and then I don't know if Graham Ashcraft faced you guys in that series at all, but Graham Ashcraft has been one of our more star relievers so far. I don't know what ERA he has, but he's just been our better star reliever. Ever since coming from the starting rotation, he's now been a full-time bullpen reliever, which I think is really good for him. But I think he needs to maybe start becoming more of a starter. But this bullpen needs to show me some before they improve.
Well, it's going to be tough. You guys are going up against the Yankees next. That's bro.
That's going to be insane. And also, John Sadak also said that the Reds are going to be in New York during the Knicks parade.
Ooh, that's going to be crazy.
Yes.
Oh man.
And also, you guys are playing Thursday. You're off Friday.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
World Cup.
Oh, that's what that is. Oh
World
my
Cup.
God.
World Cup's being played at the bank this weekend, and I
The
bet you
link.
it's all.
Yep.
I bet
Yep.
you it's all blanketed up
Oh
because
yeah. It is. I've got the other guy that I do. I have a show. Don't know if I'm allowed to do shameless promotion here, but I
you
run this
are. You
show.
are. Go ahead.
I appreciate that, man. So I'm a part of this podcast, this Philly Sports Podcast, arguably the best Philly sports podcast in the biz, 302 Birds, and I have a show Thursday night. And I run it with a good friend of mine. His name's Adam Den. Now, Adam has been working for a newspaper in Delaware, and he's had the privilege of seeing these World Cup games in person as a media credential, being able to get a media credential, and the World Cup has been it's awesome. It's America's 250th birthday. America was born in Philadelphia. It's really cool, and they're having the Sweet 16 matchup, I believe July 4th, which is really cool. But it's a great time to be a Philadelphia sports fan. It really.
And speaking of that, Phillies Sports Pulse, you guys can follow them on Instagram right there, and 302
Very
Birds
much.
on YouTube as well. I thought I might as well just give you a shout out now.
Thank you very much, brother. Yeah, we appreciate it. Yeah. This week, we are having. I don't know if he ever did. I don't know if he was ever part of the play-by-play sports broadcasting camp that me and you met at. But we're having this week. His name Bill Colarulo. He's a part of 97.5 The Fanatic, radio station
Ooh.
here in Philadelphia.
I
So
remember
having him on.
I remember someone from 97.5 The Fanatic being at our.
Yep, Andrew Selchunas.
Is that the guy you're having on?
Different guy, but
Okay.
Andrew was the guy that came on to our thing, and he was the best.
That's good.
Yeah.
But as you said earlier about the starting pitching for your Phillies, Chase Burns. How about him? He dominated in a 12-0 well, maybe 12-1 victory on Friday. On Monday, I'm mixing up my words here, but a 12-0 victory, a shutout win for Chase Burns. Gino Suarez grand slam and a 2-run homer. Suarez homered twice in that game on Monday night, and Chase Burns is now 8-1 on the season. He struck out 7 over 5 innings. And it's Cincinnati's most lopsided shutout since 13-0 win against the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah.
On April 15th, 2023.
Yeah, I remember it well. I remember it very well, unfortunately.
I may remember it well, but I may not. But Burns now has a 2.01 ERA. And it also makes the Reds' home sweepless streak to now 44 series in a row. It's longest since 2013. As you saw on that graphic there for just a quick bit. I mean, the Reds just got better. Whenever Chase Burns pitches, the Reds usually wake up. Because the Reds offense usually gets more of their bats going whenever Chase Burns starts. I mean, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, but Chase Burns usually dominates. And of course, there was a game against Pittsburgh where the offense was completely dead and Chase Burns had a shutout going into the 9th inning. And then it just all went downhill. A walk-off win for the Pirates. I think that was back on a Sunday afternoon too. And it was just devastating. I was like, oh no, you brought in a reliever. You let Chase Burns sit. Tito makes another bad decision and let up a walk-off win. I was not happy about it. But also, I do have some good news on Ellie De La Cruz. He was running bases yesterday and Monday. He's going to go down to AAA Louisville. He's going to start 5 innings at shortstop. DH
Is it Louisville or Louisville?
Louisville. So
Louisville?
how us Kentuckians say it is Louisville. How you guys say it is Louisville. It's Louisville. And also, how about the Louisville Kings, by the way, in the UFL? I don't know if you watch that much UFL.
Yeah, not really.
But Ellie De La Cruz is going down to AAA Louisville. He'll start 5 innings at shortstop, DH on Saturday, and then Sunday maybe go a full 5 again at shortstop, and then come back up for the next series, I think, which is against the Brewers. When the Reds come back home to face the Brewers, I'll be in Florida. I will be in Florida. I'm actually leaving Saturday. I thought I was leaving Friday. I'm leaving Saturday. And I might as well just do a show from down there, which would be cool. But Ellie De La Cruz is back on track to be back with the team Monday of next week. And I was texting you whenever the Reds were playing the Braves in that series. I texted you because, the Phillies and the Braves are AL East rivals, or NL East rivals,
NL
not
East. Yep.
AL East.
Yeah.
And when I saw him go down, I'm like, dude. And then we got an update quickly.
It's 12-4. I know. It's 12-4 Marlins.
Yeah, I had to check. But hey, just forget about it like I did this one.
Yeah. No, we're both serenading in pain and misery. It's
I mean, just welcome to pain and misery. But of course, Ellie De La Cruz is one of another star-studded players for the Reds, like Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber for you guys. Ellie De La Cruz knows his role well and starts to begin these star-studded seasons. He's probably going to make another all-star team. I would say JJ Bleday should make another all-star team. Because JJ Bleday's been on a tear lately. He's had 13 home runs, 13 homers. I'm trying to go back to this lost day for the stats. JJ Bleday is in 265 on the year and slugging 572. Which is kind of good. He has 13 homers and 35 RBIs. And also, Sal Stewart has 47 RBIs, most by an MLB rookie this year, which I think is insanely really good. But JJ Bleday is in 265 with 13 homers. I would say he's an all-star guy. And then maybe fit Sal Stewart in there somewhere. Who knows? But what's your all-star lineup looking like?
Well, just some names that I may pull it up.
The all-star ballot.
Yeah. Just some names that I'm coming up with right now. At least for the Phillies. It has to start with Brandon Marsh. Brandon Marsh has been on an absolute tear for the Philadelphia Phillies this year. He's saved this outfield from being one of the worst in baseball. He's actually hitting lefties to an extent, and he's hitting over 300, 323 with an 857 OPS. Brandon Marsh is coming off yesterday. He had his 2-game homer streak. I believe that's what it was, snapped. In his last let's see here. In his last 7 games, in his last 15 games, he's hitting 339 with 4 home runs, 11 RBIs, and a 593 slugging percentage. He's been absolutely absurd. In his last 30, he's hitting about the same, 296 with a 509 slugging, 339 OPS, 5 home runs, 14 RBIs, and 108 108 at bats, 16 hits. Strikeouts are a little up, of course, to 37, but he's been really good this year for the Phillies, and he definitely deserves to be an all-star. Kyle Schwarber, another guy for the Phillies, he's leading the league in and he's leading the entire MLB in home runs right now. Again, which is to be expected. He's even out-dueling Shohei Ohtani in RBIs last time I checked, so he certainly deserves to be an all-star.
Yeah, I would say Kyle Schwarber does deserve to be an all-star, and the Reds almost had him, by the way. Last time I talked to you was on your show.
Yep.
That wowed me because the Reds were willing to match what you were going to pay Kyle.
Yeah.
But then Kyle just decided to go to you guys, and now he's going off again this year.
I know. Yeah, I don't understand that because I really thought you guys give off small market vibes. I was talking to Ricky, not Ricky. I was talking to the Exponential about this, the other day. Actually, yeah, last night, about how the Marlins are such a small market team. The Reds, man, they're right there with them. You guys are so cheap. I hate to say it, it's ridiculous. It's the Dodgers and it's the small teams like the Reds, like the Marlins, like the Pirates that are going to cause this lockout in 2027. It is ridiculous. I don't understand why these billionaire owners don't want to spend money. They can. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. The general manager for the Reds, Nick Kroll, does not have any balls to sign big market players. None. Zero. He signed bottom of the barrel guys. Like, let's say, Nathaniel Lowe. He hasn't hit a bomb since, I don't know, the Detroit series?
Ooh.
Maybe? I don't know. I may be wrong on that. But Noelvi Marte, not good. Hitting 206. You said 190, something like that earlier when we were texting each other. He's in 206.
Ooh. Maybe he raised his batting average.
He hit
like 5 points.
He hit 3 homers in 3 days.
Oh, okay.
Back days. Also, I don't know how he did that, but you also signed Jose Trevino to a 3-year deal. He's hitting 167. 167, a catcher. Hitting 167. You also get Chris Paddock from the Marlins, who has a 6.96 ERA.
He blows. I'm sorry.
Not good.
He blows. I'm sorry, bro.
He blows.
He sucked against us, and he sucked today. But yeah, it's tough.
I mean, I just don't know. The Reds are signing very low mature guys. I mean, Eugenio Suarez was kind of good, but kind of disappointing. He doesn't I think he has 7 homers. Hit 2, of course. He had 5 going into the Mets series. Hit 2 on Monday, which made it, of course, the meme 6-7. Which this is the Reds celebration.
Oh, that's gross.
I know. I don't like it at all. But it's just, we signed bottom of the barrel players in that crawl, and we don't do anything.
Yeah.
But at least the Bengals are doing something. But it's just the Reds need to get probably better ownership, probably better GM. I don't know if it's Terry Francona's fault. But of course, it might be Terry Francona's fault for the pitching staff. But it's too many fingers to point at. Is it Nick Kroll? Is it the ownership? Is it the Castellinis? Who knows? It's just it's a lot to think about for the Reds, of course. They head into the series against the New York Yankees, and I think we might get swept. I think that we might get swept. But at least we won a series at home. It snaps our 5-game streak of losing series at home. It feels good to at least win a series at home for the first time. We haven't swept a team since the Twins. The Twins, I might have you. Which, that was back on April 19th. April 19th was the last time the Reds swept a team.
Yeah.
It is June 17th. Maybe 3 months since the Reds have last swept a team. It is not great. It is not great.
Not great, Bob.
It's not great, but the last time I think we won a home series was against the Houston Astros on May 10th.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about this Reds team, but something needs to change. Because the Reds got the Yankees next in New York, then the Brewers, and then, of course, they're going back to Pittsburgh to play the Pirates, and then they're going to Milwaukee. They're going to face the Baltimore Orioles through July 4th weekend. And then the Phillies come to town July 7th through the 9th. Speaking of, Wednesday's game is going to be on ESPN if you wanted to know that. It's going to be at 7 o'clock. I'm going to be watching that game. But that's the next game. Burns is going to start against Garrett Cole on Sunday. That might be a pitching duel. And then Burns is going to start in Pittsburgh. Mizorowski is starting for the Brewers Wednesday. But other than that, I don't even know what to do about the Cincinnati Reds right now. But it's just total chaos. Total chaos from the Reds. And I think the Phillies are about to lose. There are 2 outs.
Yeah. I think I got to hop off in a minute to get ready for my show. But, hey, man, I appreciate you. Subscribe y'all to Rono Sports.
Yeah, go subscribe to 302 Birds and go subscribe to or go follow his Instagram.
Yes, Philly Sports Book. Thank you very much.
And then I'll send you this link. I'll send you the link here whenever I'm done with the live stream. But
yep,
man, I hope you brother. Have a good time. I will see you. I'll see you soon. Hopefully, maybe during the Philadelphia Phillies series.
Yes. Peace out, brother.
All right. See you, Jesse. All right. So the Reds, that's their next series. The next series is against, of course, New York Yankees. I'm not happy about it. Louder will start on Friday. Of course, the Reds have the day off. The Reds have the day off tomorrow. And then they will play a day game on Saturday and a day game on Sunday. Like I said with Jesse, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to do with it's gonna be hard to do. But Chase Burns, of course, is dominating, as I said earlier, but Reds lose 9-1 today. I don't know what else to say, except that the Reds suck and that it just wasn't a fun day for the Reds. For me watching it downstairs in my basement, it wasn't great. Edwin Arroyo going 0 for 4. JJ Bleday going 0 for 2. Suarez 0 for 4. 0 for 4. We only collabed for 3 hits, I think. 5 hits. So the Mets win on 9 runs, 15 hits, and 2 errors. Reds lose. So here's the total box score. Reds lose 9-1. Mets score 9 runs on 15 hits and 2 errors. Reds score 1 run only on 5 hits and 1 error. The Reds are now 10.5 back and are now 3 games under 500. 3 games. The division where everyone was over 500, now gone. The Reds are just being the Reds at this point. It was sloppy hitting from the Mets that got them to win, and the Reds' offense just went silent. The Reds can't finish games. The last time that the Reds swept a series was April 19th against the Twins. And that was a comeback win. The Reds have got to do something better. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hammerdo Sports, and as always, go Reds. Reds lose to the New York Mets 9-1, but they do secure the series against the New York Mets. The first time the Reds won a series at home since May 10th. Thank you all so much for watching this presentation of the Reds postgame show. I'm going to go get ready for Florida. I will see you all later.